Big day on the farm today. The trucks are back on Goat Island and MACROMAN is busy throwing soil everywhere. So I'm going to go over there. I need to take the goats. They're all hungry. They're waiting to get out. So I'm going to release the horde. Ruby, what are you doing? Come on.
Bye.
So much happier today. Wish we'd started doing it like this a day or two earlier, but we live and learn, don't we? It's great now we not have to worry about how long it's taking, and you know, if anyone's doing anything not quite right, it's just truck by truck, easy to keep count of, and true to form, MACROMAN's doing us proud, doing 11 full scoops on each trip, and it's just levelling some of the soil out on the island for the trucks to go across there a little bit easier. But again, we don't have to pay for that, so it's great. We can relax and enjoy the process even more now. It's really good. And then over the other side of the lake, they're just repositioning the top pump. I'll just show you where that is. There he is in the distance. So he's now going to start pumping from the left hand side into this area here. I think once that levels down, round about the lady tree, the Sadao lady tree, she's doing all right. He's going to dam that as well, and that should be the last dam. After that, he's then going to put the road in. So in between the two trucks there, that's where the road's going to come onto the island, and then he can dig out our old access road there. Brilliant stuff. It's a cracking day. It's still a little bit hazy, but there's there doesn't seem to be a cloud in the sky, and I'm getting a bit crispy. But I've got my Texarkana hat on, so me noggin and my huge nose is protected from the rays. Little Namtoy is enjoying herself out and about. She's integrating well with the herd now. She's about as sensible as me and Toon, that one. BB here is lagging behind. She's got a bad foot. She just came off worse against Brownie. That never ends well for another goat. Stroppy cow, Brownie. So she's a little bit worse for wear. All you budding carp anglers amongst you, I reckon a snowman rig would kill it in there, or maybe a 2-inch pop-up raspberry flavoured boilie over a bed of rubby-dubby. Wow, it's giving me a twitch now, I'll tell you. Toon's happy now, and we all know, guys, if your wife's happy, it's half the battle, isn't it, eh? Or is it 99% of the battle? I think that's what I meant, yeah. Unfortunately, Toon isn't firing on all cylinders still. It's a real shame. She's missing out on a lot of this. I don't mind looking after the goats all day. I enjoy it, and I can keep an eye on the late developments. But yeah, she's not doing very well, bless her. So for those amongst you that aren't very well up on expert angling tactics, the fish follow the wind. Well, they certainly follow warm wind, which is what we've had here on the farm for a couple of weeks now. And it's always been blowing into this corner here. So the fish will tend to congregate at this end, and needless to say, I've seen quite a few fish coming up just picking bugs and bits of rubbish off here. So if I was to fish here now, I would fish from the point over there and cast all the way over here. And you might think, well, why don't you just fish from there? Well, in fairness, you could do, because our fish are a little bit stupid. They've not been fished for a great deal, but big fish that have seen it all before, you don't want to be fishing right underneath your feet unless you're uber stealthy. So what I would do is, after setting up over there, is come round here, ground bait up this whole area here, go back over there and chuck over here. I'd bag up. That's just a free expert tip for you guys that are starting out on fishing. Tok Man's anaconda is considerably bigger than mine. Mind you, he's not pumping out at full rate, so probably pumping out, shifting as much water as our Honda did. Hang on a minute, I think Hoover's after his lunch. We are due to have a visitor called James turn up sometime today, if he finds his way from Bangkok on a motorbike that he's hired. So he should be here this afternoon, all being well. Mind you, I don't know what he can do apart from walk around looking at goats with me. We'll probably set up an umbrella somewhere and just drink cold bottles of Chang beer and talk bollocks, I suppose. Worst things to do in life, eh? Just to give you one example of how good a guy MACROMAN is, at the end of the day he comes out this way and up along the ridge here, and it is as rough as old bollocks, but as he goes along he scrapes some of the worst bits down, and he does that at the end of each day. That's not bad, is it, after he's done sort of like 8 or 9 hours solid in his seat? Top bloke. There you are, you little buggers. I know I used to teach health and safety, but Jesus, I've never seen anything like that. And why the guy remained in the back of the truck while MACROMAN was scraping the soil out, I have no idea. I don't think he'd ever work again if that got spotted in the UK. And why stand right next to those bloody chains that could snap any second and just split you in two? And surprisingly, I know chuff all about hydraulics and these trucks. Someone did mention on a previous video just the other day that they're not really designed for lifting and carrying this sort of heavy load. They're more sort of like for grains and that sort of stuff. So it looks like he might be talking the truth. You guys were asking whether we lost any fish digging the lake this way. We're sucking the water out. No, apart from small ones that the birds get, I suppose. This bit here in particular has got quite a lot of fish in here, so he's left a little bit of extra water there, and all he's doing is digging down behind that sort of dam that is created, and then when we let the water back in, it'll just flood over everything. So yeah, we could have drained it out more, but then yeah, birds can get more fish and people can get fish easier as well. But they could still go in there with the electric shock and catch them that way. But we're out during the night, make sure that there's no herberts around. So yeah, minimised any loss of fish. Very pleased with the progress he's made today. There's still a couple of hours to go, depending on the truck. He might be down to one truck, in which case I'm not sure whether they'll carry on or not. We'll see. But it's got a fair bit shifted and it's gone down nice and deep as well. The Macon catfish are going to love that. Where the macro is at the moment, near to there, we're going to do another deep hole there. I've got a name already sorted for it. I think it's going to be quite productive, so I'm going to call it the Glory Hole. And should see some action there in the future. If the weather was more in line with the usual seasons that we get out here in Thailand, stuff like this that slow the job down, I'd start crapping myself a bit, because with the onset of the rainy season, you'd be screwed. You'd have to stop. You'd have to have about 3 or 4 pumps going every day, and even that might not keep up. When we first had this dug, the rains came about a week after. It was full up within about 3 days. I'm normally moaning and being concerned about it being super dry at the moment, but for the next week I'd love it to remain so. After that it can absolutely piss it down. I'll be as happy as Larry. These wouldn't be quite so happy if it rains though. They like the dry stuff. I would imagine that's the Nissan off home. Hey, oi, Tumnus. Come on. Come on. The state of them hanging there. It's 5 o'clock and Mrs. Sick Note is out of the house. We're just going to go and have a look, see how the guys have been getting on. And unfortunately the rate that the soil's being shifted has dropped dramatically. I would estimate at 50%, because we lost one truck, so they've been working with one truck all afternoon. So let's go and have a look how they've been getting on anyway. End of play. How do you feel, missus?
But yeah, quite happy. The leg go really well. Happy so much. Even I feel not good.
Have you got a letter from the doctor? Huh? You're not doing your jobs, are you? Who's doing all the jobs?
Yuli.
Yuli? I don't mind, because when you're better, I'm going to stay in bed all day. Isn't it?
No! Who fucking tell you that?